Eclipse. Hi, hi. How are you? 1 second. I think Streamcord is broken again. So I'm going to update the Discord. How are you doing? How is everything? Yep. Oh, you're doing okay? Oh, the setup is very stuck as usual. Hand mic today. You don't even know how quickly I helped them. Thank you. So, Streamcord seems to be broken. So, that's you're in the Discord, right? Did you get a Discord notification? I don't think it happened. Stream is stuck as always. Today we're going to be trying. You got a Discord notification. I wonder why I didn't get it. Am I not privy to notifications? Let's see. Anywho, so today, randomly, listen. The caveat is that I'm still an adult, so travel through. So I yell at personally, then we scrub. Turn on the music a bit.
Hello, friends equals.
살짝 웃어. Hi. Thank you so much for your support. It's been a happy year. Okay, so what was his name? I forgot what despite everything being very limited, I listen, read one thing. Basically, what we're doing is we Reddit stories and picked a couple of songs. I don't know for you guys. Caveat is that all of very. So, if I do get yelled at, then we'll probably have to scrap everything. But we'll try. Oh, I'm very quiet. I probably got enough filters on to seal a leaky pipe. I don't think I have any filters on right now. There's a noise reducer. What is this? Latin, does it sound weird? I'm using a new audio interface. It's not just volume, it's cutting your voice. How's that? Is that better? I'm being squelched. Lovely. How is this? Is that better? Better? Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you for that. So, several of the songs that I chose today, all of them really. So I have a list of people that I wanted to sing something for. So each of the songs was chosen for either one person or a couple of people. I'm not going to tell you which songs were meant for which people, so that's up to you for interpretation. But just know that one of the songs or a couple of the songs are probably meant for you. So I hope that some of the stories today and some of the things we talk about and some of the music might be a little bit comforting. Hi, Water Bear. How are you? Long time no see. Hi. So, I want to wait for a couple more people to join because I'm hoping that they'll be here when I sing the song that I meant for them to hear. So we are going to be reading some random Reddit stories. I do want to say, please read the pinned message. Some of the stories I'm going to definitely say trigger warning before stories that I think might possibly contain triggers for some people. But please read the message. If at any time you feel not great, please go take care of yourself. You are way more important than anything else, so put yourself first. Blah 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 blah. Sus bear. Anyway, so while we wait, how are you guys? How is everything? I'm trying to the angle here is very weird. 1 second. Wholesome? You're wholesome? I don't think I know anyone on Twitch who is wholesome. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure every single person that I've met on Twitch, except maybe like 2 people. Sus bear. Definitely sus bear. Have I ever told you that you're beautiful? I don't know if I should. I'm a little bit flattered, but thank you, sus bear. Okay, so I chose some random Reddit stories that I just kind of found while I was in a taxi. So they're not necessarily really great stories. Today is very much random chaos as usual. Hopefully by the next radio stream 2.0, listen 2.0, things will be a little bit better. I also want to say, if you guys want to write in your stories, it can be something funny, it can be something you want advice on, it can just be something that you want to talk about. You can private message me on Discord. Everything I'm keeping anonymous. If you do want your name to be announced, then just let me know in a note. Otherwise, everything is going to stay anonymous. And then I will basically read your story on the radio and choose a song that I want to sing for you. That is the gist of what I've planned. So, yes. Wholesome, bro? I have a sad story for you. I don't trust you. Thank you, Eclipse. I feel really weird, but I gained a lot of weight recently, so I have like... Sure. Yeah, let's hear the sad story. My hair looks nice. Wait, like that? Did I get it layered recently with fluffy? It's actually curly at the bottom. It's just gotten fairly long, and since I'm streaming from a laptop, my face can't really see the bottom part. But the fluffiness is probably because humidity. But no, nothing has happened to my hair. But okay, so why don't we start with hello, Hikari. Hi. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, what? Am I in a hotel? Yes, I am in a hotel. Quick update for people who do not know. The building that I'm living in, the pipes exploded several months ago. My landlord said that the construction would last for 2 months. It's now been like 6 months. She also was not clear on the dangers of the building. Apparently there have been more than 20 gas leaks, and she did not tell us and asked us to move back in when the building was very dangerous and construction was still ongoing. Therefore, I have been in a hotel like 2 hours away from my school for several months. I was in an Airbnb before and someone broke into my Airbnb, so I ended up leaving the Airbnb, and I've been moving from hotel to hotel since. So thankfully, good news, I did sign a new lease for a new apartment today. Yay! Clap. So I'm hoping that I can get everything moved over during the weekend and just be done with this. Yeah. So yes, currently I am in a hotel. No thank you, Susper, but thank you. Yes, I am very happy. It was actually a little bit chaotic because the wrong lease, like a lease with several errors, got sent out around 3 times. So I had to request a new lease and request another lease and request another lease. I finally got the right lease today, so I signed it and dropped off my check at their office. So everything should be set and I should be getting it tomorrow. Woo! So hopefully everything will be moved and I will just be done with this. And then I can stream more. Yeah. Okay. So I did pin the message about the possible trigger warnings. I'll probably say this a couple times in the middle of the box radio. All of the songs that I chose today are songs that I wanted to sing for specific people. I will not reveal who each song is meant for. That is up to your interpretation, but you know that one of those songs is probably meant for you. So I hope that you enjoy them. I'm not allowed to sing very loudly right now because I'm in a hotel and I might get yelled at. So if I do get yelled at, then we abort this mission and run. But we will try. We're gonna try. So yes, it's all for me. I know. No one tells us, Bear. Yeah, sure. Alright, so I think we can start. If anyone comes in the middle, I'll definitely say trigger warnings for stories that I didn't meet them. But if you guys need any of the information, it is in the pin message. Yes. The abuse I get. I didn't say any. I don't know what you're talking about. What could Susbear be talking about? I have no idea. Does anyone know what they're talking about? I don't know what they're talking about. So I guess we move on. Okay. So, also, I'm going to be using YouTube backtracks. And therefore, I'm probably going to take this VOD down and then upload it to YouTube after, if anyone wants to see it. Caster's not working, so it's not filtering out the music that it should be filtering out. So hopefully that will be figured out by Listen 2.0 as well. This is very much a scuffed, just test radio. So, yes. So I was going to read the stories dry with no background music, but I actually think the music right now is pretty nice. So I'm going to leave it. I didn't know what Susbear is talking about. I didn't hear anything. I mean, if you use non-copyright music, you'll be fine. I'm using karaoke thingies, background tracks. Also, hi, Mama Eve! Could we get a shout out from Mama Eve? You can just shout out yourself. Guys, if you do not know, Mama Eve is my streaming mama. They are also my in real life friend. They are amazing. Tech support, live support, exclamation point TS if you want to start a fan chant. Tech support, live support. When I say tech, you say support. Tech, tech. When I say live, you say support. Just letting you know, you get dinged via YouTube either way. So like they're tracks without singing. They're just like karaoke tracks. So I think they should be okay for covers on YouTube. It's just Twitch. Relaxing piano music is perfect. You, thank you, Al. Also, hi. Alright, so quick catch up for everyone who just joined us. This is Listen Radio 1.0. It is the scuffed test version of the radio series that I'm hoping to continue. The gist of it is that I will read Reddit stories or stories that listeners or people want to send me in Discord. All of the stories, of course, will remain anonymous unless otherwise requested, and then I will choose a song that I want to sing for each person according to their story and sing them in the middle like a radio. However, I am currently in a hotel. Sound travels very easily. I might get yeeted. So if I do get yelled at, we abort mission today. And hopefully many of the technical issues will be figured out by next Listen Radio. 2.0. All of the songs today were chosen for specific people. There are songs that I wanted to sing for specific people who I often see in my chat. I'm not going to tell you exactly which song is for which person, but it is up to interpretation. I hope that you're able to receive even a little bit of comfort. Thank you, Mama Eve. I guess then we just take the VOD down after this. I don't know. Hopefully Caster will be working from next time, or I can just sing things a cappella. Look at this, guys. I can sing with the echo, soaring, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, Mama Eve, when did you last let your heart decide? A whole new Eve. I have an echo now. So I could just sing like snippets in karaoke, but that will probably not be as nice to listen to. Do you guys have a preference? Should I just sing like snippets a cappella so that it doesn't get like copyright struck? Or we could just do things with backtracks and then take the VOD. Just because I'm working doesn't mean I a whole new Eve, a new fantastic point of view. You're lucky I can't sing loudly right now, Mama Eve. I should do whatever I feel is best. I don't mind either one, to be honest. Today is going to be stuck either way. I knew that before I started, so if you guys are also there, that would be great. Okay, I think we're going to start with the first story. Okay, trigger warning for anyone who has had hurtful relationships with significant others or problems with family. So these things might be kind of painful for people who have similar experiences to hear. I should probably take the reverb out now. Original. Okay. Yes. Read the trigger warning real quick. It's pinned to the little chat. The specific trigger warning for this story is for people who have had painful relationships with significant others or their family lives. It's not anything severe. I tried to choose stories that are relatively smoother. So, yes. Please be aware if you feel uncomfortable at any time. Take the space that you need. It should be pinned. Is it not pinned? Is there no pin? It says pinned for me. Anyone who sees it, hand. Did it disappear? It's been past 1 hour. Can I pin it? One second. Okay. Oh, okay. That should work. Okay. So that should not unpin itself anymore. If it does at any time, please let me know. Do you guys see it now? Is it there? Please check the pin. If you guys feel uncomfortable or unsafe at any time, please take the space that you need. That is the most important of all else. There's also a number there, 988. You can dial it if you need any emergency help or. So, no Genshin today. Hi. Can I tell you hi? Yeah, no Genshin today. I'm sorry. Today we're having a test version of Listen Radio. It is very much a scuffed version. So, Elle, if you feel like you need rest, then definitely take. Hold mic closer. Is this better? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Yep. Okay. So the first story, as I said before, trigger warning for anyone who has had kind of hard relationships with significant others. If you feel unsafe at any time, please take your space. So the first story is from Reddit. All of them are from Reddit today. My partner of 6 years, who I have a 2-year-old child with, is leaving me for her ex-girlfriend. So I guess I'll start from the beginning. I've been with my partner for 6 years now. About 2 years ago, we had a wedding, but never went through with any of the official paperwork. We also had our daughter a few months after, and she'll now be turning 2 in a month. We met each and lived in Georgia until around 4 months ago when we decided to move with her family back to Provincial Beach, where they had originally moved from. The first few weeks were great, and we both were on vacation from work and had a beautiful new setting to explore with our daughter. We then both returned to work, and another week or so passed, and then her ex-girlfriend, who she remained friends with, moved back to town as well. I thought nothing of this, as we had had plenty of times where they had to come visit us in Georgia and no issues had appeared. However, now that I've been dragged 500 miles away from every friend and family member I have, she tells me she's no longer happy with her life and needs time to figure things out for herself. I've always been a big supporter of keeping her mental health in check, so I said, of course, take all the time you need. Then I found out 2 days later, she's going on a date with the aforementioned ex. I called her out about it, we talked, she said it was a dumb mistake and not what she was actually trying to do, but she doesn't want to be together with anyone right now. The following weeks, she continued talking to this girl every time she wakes up until she goes to bed, hanging out with her every chance she gets while I'm at work. I never thought I'd get angry with the truth, but I'm just hurt. This is someone I thought I'd spend my whole life with, that I thought I could rely on, and now I'm constantly being talked about, and I feel so small and insignificant. At this point, I just want to move back to Georgia with my daughter, but I don't want to keep her away from her mother. I love her so much, but at the same time, I can't stand to be in the same room with her right now, and I just have no real idea how to proceed. I'm broken. Thank you for listening, and I'm sorry for being a crybaby. That is the story. Hi, Dove. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. Is this my ex? I hope it's not your ex. But also, Pat. Oh my goodness. Yes, so I chose this story because I felt like it's kind of a situation that I feel like happens to many people. Honestly, this is just my thing. F cheaters. But if I had to give if this was my friend, if this was someone that I was talking to, the first thing I would say is to take the time you need to grieve. I think a lot of people think of grief as something that you only feel when someone you loved has passed away or you've really lost someone in your life permanently. But grief is something that happens in every situation. It can happen in the smallest, tiniest portions of your life. You can be grieving a future that you thought you'd have, a version of yourself that you know from the past that you miss. You can be grieving a person that you imagined or a person that you imagined someone else to be. It's a process. So I don't think, for example, that they're a sorry crybaby. I think this is genuinely a very, very difficult situation. I think the other person needs to look aside from themselves. It sounds like the other person also has their mental health struggles, but they do need to realize that they are in a committed relationship and they need to take the proper steps if they do want to end the current relationship. So I really feel for this person. I hope they're able to give themselves time. If any of you guys resonate with this at all, first of all, F your ex or F the person who is hurting you. I don't know them, but I'm just going to say that that's terrible. That's awful for them to do, and I'm not happy with them. It's definitely not like that. People simply leaving can cause major amounts of grief. I completely and totally agree. I think it's kind of a theme in a lot of different shows where a person will break up with someone and they're crying and people are like, oh, you're going to get over it. You'll meet some other people later. This is all just a process. But it's actually a big deal. Just because it happens to a lot of people very often doesn't mean that it's not significant. If anything, the fact that it happens so often to so many people means that it's that difficult. It's really just that hard. So no, you are not pathetic. You didn't do anything for you to deserve this. Yeah, perhaps you have things that you can work on in your own life, but in this specific case, you can't control the other person's actions. So I hope that you can recognize that what you're feeling is definitely valid. Does anyone else have any advice? Maybe that was too heavy to start off with. just saved a bunch of Reddit stories in a random order. So, comments, questions, concerns. Some of the comments underneath say, "There's no easy answer if one isn't open to reconciliation. I'm really sorry you're going through this."
I give good advice, real.
Not real. What does that even mean? What does that mean? I don't know what you mean. What? I read a story today. So, just to paraphrase, a man and two people are sitting by a beach, and one person is reminiscing about their past experience and saying, "I loved my significant other so much. I gave so much, and I still am giving so much. Why can't they love me back?" And the person sitting next to them said, "It doesn't matter how much you give if the other person has already stopped loving you." Like, the sad, bitter reality is sometimes we can't control what the other person feels for us. And I think a lot of negative emotions can come from that. We can often blame ourselves because we love the other person and we put them on a pedestal, so they can't do any wrong. So obviously we're the ones in the wrong, but that's just not true. Take things one day at a time, focus on the things you can control, and try to make your world a little bit better each day in spite of it. Someday, when you keep going for the things that you love and trying each and every day to be the best version of yourself you can, accepting when you can't, letting yourself grieve, letting yourself be a whiny baby sometimes, then eventually you're going to meet someone who has similar thoughts and values to you, and someone who will choose you every day and stay. So don't give up. Things will look up. You will be okay. Dang it, this is a deep stream. I didn't mean for it to be this deep. It just kind of happened. Hi, Kyo Kyo. Could we get a shout out for Kyo, please? Welcome in, welcome in. Please check the trigger warning if you have not yet. Also, all of the songs that were chosen today are chosen for specific people, so think about which one resonates with you, I guess. My brain is going on a 10-mile hike. I'm going to keep to myself till my brain returns. No problem. What's with the karaoke mic? Okay, so the karaoke mic is for this. The song that I have chosen for this is called 그대라는 시. It's a Korean song that means a poem about you. So I'm going to sing a little portion of it for you guys. As I said before, this is a hotel. Can't sing loudly. We're gonna try it. Yes. As my family says, it's okay to be a bee sometimes. I agree. Try not to hurt other people in the process, but we're all human. So live your life, do your best. Make sure that you give yourself as much love as you give others. That was way deeper and more depressing than I hoped it would be. Sorry about that. All the rabbit trails. What is a rabbit? I don't know what. I live under a rock. I have no idea what that means. Okay. So, the song, as I said before, is called 그대라는 시. I'm going to play a YouTube karaoke thingy. Also, my computer is running out of battery, so I have to unplug the charger from this thingy-majigger, the, what's it called, audio interface. So I'm going to hope and pray that it doesn't die. Kyo is a huge fan of piano. Yes, so I'm going to play the YouTube karaoke thingy. Please let me know if the volume is bad. Testing. Reverb. Yay! Yes, so I'll just sing a small portion. I have to sing very quietly, but this is a poem for the people who are listening.
계절 속에
Is that better?
변하지 않는다 뭘 알아요. 그저 바라보는 눈빛 그 하나로 세상을 다 가진 것 같은데 떠오를 때마다 내보고 싶어. 그대 기억할 수 있네. 슬픔만이 오면 내가 그대를 지켜줄게. 내 맘 들려오나 잊지 말아요. 꽃이 피고 지는 날이 와도 이것 하나만 기억해줘요. 그댈 향한 마음은 언젠가는 우리 멀어질지 몰라도 나는 그대라면 기다릴 수 있을 텐데 시간이 흘러도 내가 이곳에 서 있을게. 그대 맘소리지만 알고 그대가 오면
Okay, that was very, very scrap. I can't really hear anything. I hope I did lower the sound of the music, so I hope it wasn't too loud. I'm sorry. Anyway, that was a song called 그대라는 길 by a Korean singer named Taeyeon. The music is still a little loud. I'm actually really, really nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. So 그대라는 길 is a song that's talking to a person and saying, I hope that you know that you mean so much to me. I'll wait for you forever, and I know I can't because it's you. Every time I listen to this poem, I think of you. So this song is something that I'm hoping will reach your heart. So it's very much a love song. It's very much filled with hope, and it's also a little bit twingy on the heartstrings. So it was a song that I kind of wanted to sing for you guys because life is hard, things are tough, and you guys all deserve so much love. Anyway, that was definitely a lot heavier than I expected. So let's go on to one that's definitely... One second, let me get rid of the reverb. A little bit lighter. So this one is sad, but definitely lighter than the last one. So it's called I Hate My Friends, But I Have No One Else. What do I do? Okay, the title might be a little bit harsh. I've had great times with them, but I do feel like a third wheel. So I, 21 female, Leah, 22 female, and Michael, 25 male, all work together. We are a small team and we are the youngest, so we naturally stick together. The issue is this. They started the job a little bit before me and created a bond and are very close. I started later and had some issues integrating with a few confrontations arising between Leah and me. They've died down now, but it's going on for a few years and the overall problems are still there. They are best friends and I often feel like a third wheel. When they're together, they are always laughing and joking and giggling about things I feel like I can't relate to. They also have tunnel vision in a sense that if they're talking and I try to input, it just kind of is ignored. I feel pretty judged, and I think that Leah can be relatively mean, but I think that also is because I feel insecure in the friendship. I find myself wishing that I could laugh and have fun and be part of the joke, but I also find myself highly aware of myself and I can't let go. It's this weird feeling of really disliking them, but also feeling the need to be included or prove myself to them. I'm just not really sure what to do. I don't really have many other people, but they are very social and we tend to do a lot of things together. I don't want to miss out, but I don't really enjoy their company. It's also hard to ignore just how left out I am when we work together full time. What do I do? Also note, Leah and Michael are not together and there's no possibility of that. Thoughts? Comments? Concerns? So I read this one and I was thinking I definitely related to it from when I was younger. I went through a period when I was bullied very severely from kindergarten all throughout elementary school, and having an extended period like that kind of makes it so you forget how to talk to people. So I'd often just like think about things in my head over and over and over again. Is this the right thing to say? If I say it in this moment, is it going to be funny? If I say it, is it going to break the mood? What if they think I'm weird? And then by the time I actually spat it out, the moment was gone. So I definitely struggled with this a lot. I think a lot of people who have gone through any kind of social awkwardness can probably also relate. So I'm very curious what you guys think. Al says, oh. So profound. So many things were within that uttering. Oh. So, there are no comments on this one, which is also a reason why I wanted to choose this one, because they have not gotten any advice at all from their post. I don't know what to think. Eh? I don't even know, if I'm being honest. So if this were your friend, what would you guys say? If this was someone that you know, like a family member, someone that you're close to, or if this was yourself from your past when you were young, what do you think you would say? Do you think them feeling like this is valid? Do you think that maybe it's something that they're just feeling really sensitive about? If you could say anything to the three of them, these three people, what do you think you'd say? Comments, concerns, input. I mean, if they communicated more. See, I agree with this. I think there's definitely a lack of communication. And I also think maybe it sounds like Leah and Michael aren't really giving OP. OP means original poster, the time of day. So maybe communication isn't happening for someone's direct choice. I don't know. I don't keep friends that aren't genuine. See, I would be inclined to agree with that as well, what Latin said. I think I understand that you can feel very much alone in like this wide empty world, but I'm of the opinion that it's better to feel lonely because you're actually alone than to feel lonely because you're surrounded by the wrong people. That's just what I think. That's a rule of life that I kind of try to live by. I think if you're feeling that way towards your friends, they can probably sense it. They're humans too. So they can probably feel, oh, this person isn't really comfortable around us. They're kind of making me feel uncomfortable. And then you'll probably feel that from them. Hi, Eric. We're doing something new today. I can understand you feel lonely in this wide, empty world. Marimba in the background. Yay! We're trying a radio thing. It's actually gotten a lot more depressing and dark than I expected it to. Well, if you aren't feeling fulfilled in your social interactions, that's just it. You gotta seek out other ones. Woohoo! Radio! Yes, I agree. I think stepping out of your comfort zone. So Opie said that they are working with these people, so they feel conflicted because they see them a lot. Personally, I think you need to have something outside of work that makes you feel alive. You could have a hobby, you could go to a club, you could take walks, you could play like Pokemon Go, you could game online, meet friends on Twitch. I think there's a certain amount of vulnerability that you need to have in order for other people to be vulnerable with you. So a lot of it is trial and error. You might have to go through a period where you do feel alone and you do feel like you're missing something, and that's a lot to do with that grieving period that we were talking about before. But I think in the long run, if this were someone that I was close to and I cared about, I would tell them, if you really feel that uncomfortable around your friends, look elsewhere. It's not worth it. And it's not fair to you, it's not fair to them either. Met friends on Twitch, definitely happy I started using the site. See? We have a real life review. And I completely agree. I've met so many strangers on Twitch who have been so supportive and so helpful for no reason other than that they are just good people who also know what it feels like to want some love and support. So very much find your people, find your social circle. It is out there, and you also need to learn more about yourself in order to find those right people. So give yourself the leeway to make mistakes. Give yourself the leeway to not be perfect, and go find the friends who make you feel fulfilled. Totally with you there, Eric. See, I feel like I was really lucky. I met a lot of good people, and that includes all of you guys. So I am very, very happy that we met. On that note, what song did I have for this one? I don't like that one. I don't like that one either. Let's sing Unlucky. So I'm just going to sing a little portion of it a cappella because I think when I have music in the background, I start singing really loudly, and I honestly think I'm going to get kicked out of the hotel. Okay. So, echo, testing, testing. The karaoke echo is back. Woo! Let me find the lyrics. This is so stuck. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
길을 쓰고 사랑해야 하는 건 아냐
빠둥 빵빵 빠둥 빵빵빵.
하루 정도는 행복하지 않아도 괜찮아 그럼에도 역시 완벽하군 나의 여인 여전히 무수한 빈칸들이 있지 끝없이 헤맬 끝에 들리지 않는 얄미운 축제들 사이로 oh, wow. 마치 하루하루가 더 쌓여진 장난 같아 달릴수록 내게서 달아와 just like we're still good without luck 길을 잃어도 계속 똑같게 걸어 take your time no right 시든 모두가 울고 싶을지 몰라 슬퍼지고 싶지 않아서 쓴지도 몰라
That is it. Quick interpretation of the lyrics because they are in Korean and I know most of you guys don't speak Korean. Let me get the mic back to normal. Yes, this song is called Unlucky. It is by my favorite singer in the entire universe. Hi Haruto! It is called Unlucky. And it's a very, very bright, cheerful, cute song, but the lyrics are extremely deep. Basically what the lyrics say are, even if we're a little bit unlucky, even if it feels like every day we're trying to do things that feel like a scringed up circle, things are imperfect and we make mistakes every single day, we're still going on with our lives. Maybe people are living their lives angrily and being rude and mean because they don't want to be forgotten. Maybe people are trying to do so many things, but in fact, we're all okay just the way that we are. So it's okay if we're a little bit unlucky. We're still fine. That is the meaning of that song. And it is one of the songs that I wanted to sing for a specific person in my chat. So if you think that is you, maybe it is. You're loving this? I'm glad. I think I should choose lighter topics. The first story was definitely too dark. This is why we are trialing and airing this. 1.0 is a test scuffed radio. Be aware or beware. Okay. I forgot to turn on the music. There you go. All right. So the next story is, I don't think this one warrants any trigger warnings, but as I said before, if you do have any experiences that make you feel uncomfortable with this story, please take your leave, take your space, take deep breaths, and take care of yourself. So this story is, my parents offered to buy me a house so I don't move away. You love my emotes? Yeah, thank you. I'm going to add all of the artists who made the emotes onto my Twitch account. So if you guys are interested, please go give them your support. Support artists, support small businesses. I'm all over the place. Yay! Okay. My parents offered to buy me a house so I don't move away. Hi Reddit, I'm 25 female, and I travel for work. I'm a flight attendant. My work is based in NYC, but I commute from NC. Where's NC? Is NC different from N? I don't know. Anyway, my hometown. I had to move back in with my parents after a long-term relationship ended. I've been living with them for a year saving, but I'm growing tired of commuting to NYC for work, and I feel like a child again living under my parents' roof. I pay for a part-time apartment in NYC. Essentially, I pay for a bunk bed in an apartment that's shared by 10 other flight attendants. It's kind of like a flight attendant hostel. I've been talking with 2 friends about moving in together in NYC. As soon as I shared this idea with my parents, they discouraged the idea and they've been telling me how terrible living there will be. My dad told me he would buy a house for my sister and I to live in my hometown so I wouldn't have to live in an apartment and pay rent. It would be loan-free. It feels like an impossible thing to turn down with how our economy is. I already accepted that I'd never be a homeowner, but it would mean living in my hometown and feeling indebted to stay there and commute for a lifetime. I'm so lucky and grateful to even have this option, so I feel terrible and guilty about feeling torn. So, the options are either 1. Live in NYC while I'm young and enjoy the city, live where my work is based, leave my car behind, and split an apartment with 2 people for an expensive rent. Or 2, live in my hometown where the dating pool is small as a free homeowner, save for utilities and yard work. Still be there for my parents every beck and call and commute forever. I know, first world problems, but I'm torn on which direction to take my life and I feel guilty about it. Hi. North Carolina. America. 당신은 당신의 모습만으로도 놀랍습니다. 무슨 소리세요? 무슨 주접이에요? 그러지 마요. Hi again. I saw you earlier. Anyway, yes. So this is the story. So, anyone have thoughts, comments, questions, concerns? Yeah, for real? For real what? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I heard nothing, I saw nothing. Anyway, so if this were you, if this were your friend, if you were living in North Carolina and commuting to NYC, your work is far, it's tiring, you have to live with your parents. But when you say you move, your parents are basically saying, no, it's too far away. We're gonna pay for an entire house for you that you can have for the rest of your life with no debt. All you have to do is stay here in the hometown by our side. What would you do? Because it sounds like a great thing. It sounds like a huge blessing. But then if you think about all the sacrifices that you'd have to make in order to get that house, do you think it's worth it? Okay, but why is bro going from NC to NYC in the first place? I don't know. What we got is what we got. For real. I know, right? 10-hour drive. So what I'm thinking is probably what they're doing is they work on specific days. So they go to North Carolina, spend part of the week with their parents, drive down and live in that 10-person hostel kind of vibe for their working days and then go back to North Carolina. Just saying that makes me feel tired. What would you guys do? Or if this was your friend or a family member, what do you think you'd say? Do you vote for stay in North Carolina and get that house? Or do you vote for go live your life in the wild and experience youth? I mean, if the house is going to be in North Carolina, that would suck. Vote to live in the wild. Okay, 1 vote to live in the wild. Live on nuts and berries and things that grow on trees. We have 1 vote for wildlife. Does anyone have an opposing opinion? I have my own opinion, but I'm honestly a little bit on the fence. I think as a young person, it would be foolish to not take advantage of that as a home base, but it's not a permanent solution. I think if you're going to get married and have kids in the same house as your sister, probably. Yeah, I agree. I'd build my own treehouse. That makes me think of the Magic Treehouse. Did anyone else read this book? Is it just me? The Magic Treehouse, where the kids go into the treehouse and then they open a book and they transport themselves into different books in different time zones. Random. Sorry. Anyway. So, Jared, are you giving your vote for taking the house and staying in North Carolina for the time being? Magic Treehouse! Oop, I disappear. Bye, Elle. Thank you for being here. Love you. My childhood. I know, right? Those books were so fun. Stop playing Val and Mon. Magic Treehouse, the Babysitter Club. What else was there? The Magic School Bus. The Magic Story of Zune. Did anyone else? Too random. Sorry. Anyway. So we have, I think, 2 votes for the wild, and then 1 vote for taking the house but planning on a future outside. But it sounds like OP feels a lot of guilt for even thinking about turning down this offer. So I don't know if they would be a person who would receive that house and then later say, I'm going to move away but still maintain my home ownership. It doesn't sound like they're of that personality. But I do agree that that's very realistic. I think what Jared said about having a home base, from my personal experience, just having to hop around and travel around with no place to really, really call home, and especially with all of the home things that have been happening recently, having a place that you know you can return to at any time, that's your safe spot, there's a lot of strength in that. That is basically irreplaceable and no other person can provide for you. And homes are expensive. A lot of people could save up for all of their lives, and I don't know, maybe we might not be able to be homeowners. The economy sucks. Yeah, the person said it was being bought for her sister, so have a room in it as a permanent fallback position for downtime and time with fam. Pay for the cheap bunk, save a bunch of cash to get a future career because you probably won't be able to retire as a flight attendant. So I actually don't know the benefits that come with flight attendant. In Korea, flight attendants have amazing retirement policies. I don't know about America. Does anyone have information on that? But I think what Elle said before too about communication. You basically get special perks to travel. True. Mama Eve has a lot of experience in those things. So I trust Mama Eve. So you get perks to travel and not really anything else, like towards retirement. Okay. That kind of changes my opinion a little bit. I think I would probably ask the reasons why they're working as a flight attendant. If the reason that they're working as a flight attendant has anything to do with the fact that they love to travel, and traveling is a huge part of their mental health and their well-being and how they feel as a person, I would say taking that house under the name and under the circumstances of giving up that freedom is probably not going to be worth it in the long run for you personally. I agree with Jared and Elle combined. I would talk to your parents. Try to communicate as clearly as you can. You're very, very grateful. You know how big of an offer this is. You also really love your family and want to spend time with them. But you also have a lot of aspirations for your life. So you'd like to maybe rent out a room in the house or take only partial ownership and then spend maybe 2 weeks a month with your family in that house so that you have a place to go back and call your own at any given time. Traveling sounds nice. I love traveling. So for me personally, traveling is one of the things that really makes me feel alive. So I can't really imagine tying myself down to North Carolina until the day that I'm in my deathbed. I don't know. I really don't know. Most airline hostesses are usually part-time and they get most of their benefits from the union. The call hours are crazy, especially for part-time. You can do part-time for a flight attendant? It's really different. You might be called to fly a day before and then might not even get bored, so you have to show up at the airport for nothing. That sounds terrible. Hi, Blurp. Are you swallowing things like Kirby again today? Blurp. Welcome to Lissa Radio 1.0. Please read and listen and take care. Okay, so after all of those details, has anyone's thoughts changed? Any further questions, concerns, thoughts, opinions? Yeah, it's the reason why there was almost a strike with the airline unions for more protections and benefits. So in Korea, becoming a flight attendant, there's, for one thing, an extreme competition rate. So many young people want to become flight attendants because they have such good benefits, because they have amazing retirement plans. So even if it's tough, even if the social atmosphere is extremely frustrating, people usually stick to that job until they retire if they're lucky enough to get into the company because of the benefits. But if we're talking about America, with all of the information that Mama Eva's brought to light, no concerns, no questions. Thank you. That really helps. Okay. Okay, I think, to be fair, you can stay in nice hotels, travel to multiple different places. Well, it sounds like this person can't, anyway. For numerous reasons, I bet. Let's read some of the comments. So, the first comment with the most upvotes, it says, while I think your father's offer is very generous, I think some of it is probably disingenuous. Your parents want you to stay near them, and this is a way to keep you there. And that may have something to do with what you want in the long term. You're 25, you have the option of experiencing incredible things in a big city and all the things that go along with that. You can easily decide after 2 years that you want to go back to your hometown, but you're only young one time. Don't get older and have regrets. While your parents' offer is kind and generous, it's also self-serving. And I say that as someone whose parents' mom had similar feelings. I lived in several different places, a couple I loved and a couple I didn't love. But looking back at it from my 50s, I'm so glad I tried each place. I'm so glad I had those experiences. And I think now I'm very content in life because I did take those chances. Even if it's just to find out if you want to live back in your hometown, don't look back 30 years from now and wonder what your life would have been if you tried this adventure. Give it a shot. Home will be there if you decide to go back. Good luck. To be fair, you get to stay in nice hotels, travel to multiple different places. So it's glamorous in that sense, but pay-wise, it's kind of beep, at least from what I've seen. Huh. I agree with the commenter. So obviously this is just based on my opinion and my personal experiences. I'm giving a vote for taking your chance and going to do something that you think you might want to do first and returning home later if you experience things for a couple years and you realize this is not right for you as a person. I think when someone buries something alive, that thing will crawl itself back up and eat you alive from inside out, whether it takes 3 years or 5 years or 10 years. And later when you're older and you're married and you have a family or you have obligations for other people and other things, you might not have the leeway to do all of the things with the amount of freedom that you do now. So I would say take the risk. Definitely talk to your parents. Be as clear in communication as you can. Make sure they know that you're grateful. Make sure that they know that they love you and you love them. But do something so that you won't regret it later. Crawl back up. Actually, there's a song that I'm going to change the song. Dun dun. 1 second. So, this song, in general, overall, the theme doesn't really have a lot to do with the story, but there are a couple lyrics that come out here that Eric reminded me of. So I'm going to change the song.
Pausing the music. Anyway, so my conclusion for this one is I would recommend taking chances because there's only a certain period of time when you can take chances, so I would do that. Anonymous Brownie, hi! Welcome in, welcome in. Karaoke mode, testing, echo. As I did before, I will just sing this a cappella because I'm in a hotel and I can't sing loudly, and if I turn on the track, I'm going to struggle with volume. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, I built a world around you. Oh, you had me in a dream I lived in every word you said. The stars had aligned, I thought that I found you. And I don't wanna love somebody else. Oh, we left it all unspoken. Oh, we buried it alive and now it's screaming in my head. Oh, I shouldn't go on hoping. Oh, that you will change your mind and one day we could start again. Well, I don't care if loneliness kills me. I don't wanna love somebody else. Oh, I thought that I could change you. Oh, I thought that we would be the greatest story that I know that it's time to tell you it's over, but I don't wanna love somebody else. The end. So that song was called I Don't Want to Love Somebody Else. It's a song by a great big world. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I wanted to sing this song even though it doesn't all the way match up with the story that we just read. I'm going to turn all the music back on before I forget. Did it work? It didn't work. Flick. So the lyrics in the middle are, oh, we left it all unspoken. Oh, we buried it alive, and now it's screaming in my head. So what we were talking about and what that really just made me think of this song all of a sudden. Really, when you have regrets, when you bury something alive, whether it's something that you're going through, something hurtful for you, it's something that was hurtful for someone else, something you feel guilty about, anything that's heavy in emotion. If you bury it while it's still alive and you haven't processed it and grieved for it correctly, it will call itself back up. That includes experiences. So, for OP, go out, experience the world. I hope you have a great time. If you don't, go home. Home will be there. And it sounds like your parents love you so much, so make sure that they know that you love them as well. And go have your adventures. I love the echo. I feel like I'm in a pocket universe. Well, no more echo. Echo only for singing. I got a big shovel, bruh. Congratulations and celebrations. Da 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 bum 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 bum. But is there anyone in this world who actually knows all of the lyrics to that song? How do we submit to the radio? exclamation point Discord. Please join our Discord. You can also, if you don't feel like being in a group chat where there are a lot of people, I completely understand. You don't always feel social, so don't feel the pressure. You can DM me with your story. It can be anything as long as it's not inappropriate. And everything is going to be anonymous, unless you specifically tell me that you want me to say your name on stream. Everything will be anonymous. Burying so much stuff. No. Dig it back up. Dig it back up. Dig it back up and squash it and then bury it when it's dead. I feel like that sounded a lot more violent than I intended it to be, but the intention is there. You deserve to feel good about yourself and the things that are going on in your own life. So give yourself that grace and time. I promise you it is worth it. Okay, next story. Bum bum ba-dum bum ba ba bum ba bum. I need some kind of... Wait, do I have sound effects on here? No? Darn it, I thought I did. No, I don't. Bum bum! Okay. Okay, I give you option. Do you want one that's a little bit heavier or one that's around the same amount of emotional damage as the one before? So one that's a little bit sadder and a little bit more depressing, or one that is around similar to the level of the one that we had previously. We'll get there, it's just going to take time. I believe. And I will be there rooting for you. There's not really anything I can realistically do to solve your problems, and I know that they're not going to go away, but I truly 100% want all of you guys to be happy, and I am rooting for your happiness. And if I can listen, or if we can work anything of it out together, then I hope I can do that for you. Anyway, so heavier story, lighter story, preferences. 1 second, my bangs look like they're horrible. This is so scuffed. Heavier story, lighter story. No preference. Just being here help. I've honestly gotten a lot of help from you guys as well. Just having you guys there and being able to talk to you guys and hang out. I'm blessed. I love you guys. Okay. I have 2 more stories. So I'm going to read the heavier one first, and then we're going to end with the lighter one. Okay. Trigger warning for this one. If you have any background of assault or anything of that nature, and you know that this is something that is very much close to your heart and is still painful for you, please step away. Feel free to lurk, go get some water, or just go take a break. Do whatever feels good for you. Yes. Okay. This story is, I, 28 female, have been slowly growing apart from my mom, 58 female. Please read and leave your opinions on what you think the best outcome would be. So I'm 27 and my mom is 58, and I've never really had a super close relationship. While my family in general is close, I would never say I clung onto my mom growing up. When I was young, maybe 7 or 8, my mom met some random guy, and after a while of them seeing one another, she asked him to move in with us as she was a single parent raising 4 kids and she needed the help financially. Having her boyfriend live with us was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I won't go into detail, but I was molested several times, taken advantage of, and basically my entire childhood was ruined. I wanted to so many times tell my mom or someone, but I physically couldn't. I was not brave enough. When I started high school, things only got worse, and I was genuinely scared it wouldn't progress. Right when I started college, he moved out due to a fight with my mom, and I thought that was the end of my trauma. I was wrong. She brought him back, and my mom has recently been saying so much beep about him to us. here's the thing, it's never occurred to her that I don't want to be in a relationship because I was abused. I don't find any worth in my life anymore. Nothing makes me happy. My childhood was ruined and I feel like my life is too. I'm trying every day to be better, but her words always tear me down. And what hurts the most is that my abuser is still out there living his life and my mom is supporting that. It really makes me feel terrible. So what if I have 2 friends and I stay home every day? At the end of the day, whose life is this affecting? I'm tired of her and this. What do I do? Okay, so that is the story. Definitely one that is heavier and very much real. Definitely. See, I'm angry. I think people who damage and hurt children deserve a special place in hell. I'm not a parent, and I haven't been yet, so I know that there's a lot that I won't understand, and I know that it's probably so much harder to do than I would ever even be able to imagine. But the fact of the matter is that someone was deeply hurt and you're continuing to hurt them. A lot of this sounds like denial. I would highly encourage OP to go to therapy, to find someone that they can talk to. There are many resources out there for people who are not financially stable enough to get very, very expensive clinical care. There are other resources that you can go to. And I hope that you will find them and give them to yourself, because this is a lot. This is so much for someone to go through, and you shouldn't have gone through it. It's not right. It's terrible that this happened to you. It's awful and it's crappy and it shouldn't have happened. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. And I'm sorry that you're still going through it. And you deserve so much better. You deserve safety. You deserve a place where you can feel soft instead of feeling like you have to run away all of the time. I hope that you're able to get the strength to reach out for help, because you really deserve it. Thank you. Someone to talk to is very important. Hi Hex. Oh Hex. Just so you know, the songs that I'm singing today, they were all chosen because they're songs that I want to sing for people. So you are included in that. One of the songs that I sang today is specifically chosen for you, and I am not going to tell anyone which specific song is meant for which person, but one of them is meant for you, so I hope you like it. Anyway, so yes, that's what I have to say about that. Does anyone have any other comments, questions, advice? There aren't any comments on this one either, which is also why I wanted to bring this one, because I feel like this is something that happens way too often to too many people, and there's a lot of shame that comes with it, and there shouldn't be. So, if any of you guys have any kind of similar experience, it doesn't even have to be on this level, it could be worse. Just know that you didn't deserve it at all. You still don't deserve it at all. There are people out there who can help you and will help you. So please put yourself first. And honestly, I would say to OP, I know it's your mom. I know that you feel like there's a huge connection there, and there is, but it's okay to step away, to put yourself first. You can always bring back that connection later when you have grown and your mom has grown. But first of all, you need to be okay. So if you need distance, then you need distance. Please take care of yourself. Okay, that was that. Heavy and dark, I know. I am hoping that even if it's a little bit silly, we can talk about things that might be difficult to talk about in everyday life. And I hope that this can be a space where everyone feels safe and listened to and supported and heard. Even if I can't personally give you help and solve all of your problems, I want you to at least know that someone is listening. So I did choose a couple of heavy stories. Someone can ping Hikari, give her a message that the storytelling is over, and I am going to sing a song for you guys now. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Let me pause the music. Okay. So this song is called 너였다면. It is a very, very famous Korean song. It means if it were you. So it's basically someone who is saying, if I were you, I would just love me. If it were you in my shoes, would you be able to understand what I'm feeling? Would you be able to empathize? I can't eat or sleep or do the things that I used to be able to, but all I can think is that if I were you, I would just leave you. So this is called 너였다면, and of course it is Throwback.
왜 너에게 그렇게 어려운지 해를 쓰는 나를 제대로 봐주는 게 너 하나의 이토록 바쁠 수 있음에 놀라곤 해. 고단했던 하루 나 한 꿈을 꿔도 아파. 너였다면 어떨 것 같아. 이런 비친 날들이 내 하루가 되면 말야 나도 나만큼 혼자 부서져 본다면 알게 될까. 가슴이 터질 듯 날 가득 채운 통증과 얼마나 너를 원하고 있는지. 내가 너라면 그냥 나 사랑할 텐데.
Wait, the key was too high. That song is called 너였다면 by 정승환, I believe. Oh, 정승환. The message is someone who is singing to a person that they love, that they feel does not understand them, and they are feeling hurt and lonely and saying, if I were in your position, nothing else would matter. Regardless of everything, I would just love you. Yes. Okay. Hikari in space, that would be a fun anime. I just heard a cacophony of sound. Like my head just got so noisy from just imagining that anime. No. Imagine Hikari without any of the laws of gravity or any of the scientific physics laws holding her down. No. Okay. So that was that. A little bit heavier on the mood, but I think it's an important subject to talk about. Okay, last story. This one is a little bit brighter just because it's a little bit funny how the person wrote it. So, this one says, what do you do when you realize you are an unbearable person? I've just realized after 19 years of my life that I am one extremely difficult and annoying person. I was always told I'm sweet and always thinking of others, and I thought that all of my actions or the things that I do on an everyday basis were okay. When in actuality, I realize now I was an annoying, fake prick. I think my being sweet was the thing that I made up for my thoughts and actions. I didn't realize how much of my thoughts truly showed through my actions until I left high school and started having to work. I wouldn't always do what I was supposed to do and then pointed the blame on things around me or the situation. I would say things like my brain or my body. I now realize that those were ways for me not to take accountability. I also realized that my mindset is just crappy in general. Simply the way I walk, talk, and carry myself just says crap. I don't really take care of myself nor have my basic needs taken care of, and I'm probably annoying to others. After realizing this, I left the job. I don't pay rent or really anything, and I realized that the team was probably experiencing a lot of problems with me there. I don't know where to go from here though. How exactly do I fix myself not to be a problem? How do I learn to be less of a crappy person? No, it would not be. Anyway. Yikes. Yikes is kind of right. Okay, Hikari, summary of the story right now is a person has come to the realization that they think they're actually a very annoying person who causes trouble for the people around them, and they're blaming themselves for all of the things that have happened, and they're wondering how they can get themselves to be a better person in general. In their words, less crappy. Thoughts? Opinion? What would you say to this person if they were one of your acquaintances or friends? Personally, I think some mental health might be coming into play here. Maybe ask the people around you, am I annoying? Have I hurt you? Thank you for the lurk, Eric. I think that's a good step to take if you really have no idea. Thank you for being here. I think it's definitely something that's very difficult, but it sounds like OP has gotten to a point where they realize that there are parts of themselves that they want to work on, and they're willing to take steps to change that. However, I do want to say that it sounds a little bit like they might have some mental health problems that they're really struggling with, and one of those things might be imposter syndrome. Like, some of the red flags that I see are that this person is saying that they were blaming their brain or their body, and they think now that this was just a way for them to avoid accountability. Not necessarily. I think maybe you are struggling. Maybe your mind is in a struggle and you have invisible battles that you are fighting. That's something that you should also consider. Like Jared just said, knowing is half the battle. I agree. I think knowing is half the battle. And if this is the full story and OP is accurate in their view of themselves, yeah, talk to the people around you. Think about yourself from a third party perspective and try to do better. When you make promises, when you say something, no matter what you feel in that moment, know that that is your responsibility and try to do it. Reach out to the people around you. Make sure that you're being a good friend just as much as you want other people to be a good friend to you. But be sure that that is what is happening. I think maybe they have some self-esteem issues and you need to take some time to think on whether this is your perception or reality. Negative self-image could be distorting the events that are happening in your view. That's also true. One of the things that kind of worries me in that sense though is that OP said that they ended up quitting their job because a lot of things happened in the workplace that stemmed from their actions. So I think probably there are realistic things that have been happening that stemmed from OP themselves. So that's not something that can be blamed on others. Even if there is an underlying mental concern, the fact is that things did happen and people were hurt in the process. So that's something that you do have to come to terms with, but you also need to be able to give yourself some grace. You didn't do it on purpose. And there's a comment underneath here that I agree with. The commenter said, you know, you're not really as bad as you paint yourself to be. The fact that you've come to realize these things about yourself shows your ability to grow and your ability to practice self-reflection. Do you realize how many grown children are walking around pretending to be adults that are incapable of doing that? I really commend you for this, and then they recommend it. So, I recently learned to be doing this. It's a difficult thing, I think, to be perceptive, but to also not let yourself contour that image of you in accordance to things that you don't like about yourself. Because every person will look in the mirror and look at themselves and have things that they hate, but won't necessarily be terrible to the people around you. But we don't know for sure if it's OP's fault or not, but you didn't mean it, and what's important is you want to be a good person, and that's much better than not caring at all. So I think if OP is very serious about wanting to take steps to, in their words, be a less crappy person, first of all, I don't think calling yourself a crappy person is a good idea. I don't think you're a crappy person. I think a crappy person is someone who knows that they're hurting other people and just says, that's who I am. That's how I am. Deal with it. I think that's a crappy person. OP doesn't fall within those bounds. So no, I don't think OP is a crappy person. It sounds like they came from a well-to-do family, not having to pay rent, always coming up with excuses for underperforming. Like they grew up without ever having to be accountable for anything. I think that's a possibility. So I think the hard thing about commenting on this one is that we don't really have a lot of information. And OP did not respond to any of the comments, so we don't have any additional information. Hey, Kips! We're just talking about a person who says that they come to realize recently that they think they're a crappy person and they want to know how to be a less crappy person. That was like a very gross summary. But basically what we were saying is that, first of all, OP needs to really work hard to see if, one, they really are doing things to hurt other people, or if this is something that's stemming from their mental health and they are painting an unfair image of themselves. And if that is not the case, and they are still making things difficult for people around them, then you really, really, really need to focus on building good habits. So I agree with Jared. Maybe this is something that is habitual, that built up throughout their entire lives. We get most of our extensive processes in our subconscious when we're children. So there is actually a scientific study about this where they said every single person's subconscious is wired to be the weakest version of yourself and the most unloved and loneliest and saddest version of yourself that you can be. So in the moment in your childhood where you felt the most alone and the most unappreciated, that is where your subconscious is. So the battle is figuring out how to rewire your subconscious. Because your subconscious is what comes out when you're not in a great state of mind. When you're healthy, when you feel great, when you're not having a depressive episode, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go work out, I'm going to eat healthily, I'm going to do all of this work, I'm going to meet up with my friends, I'm going to take care of the people around me. And then once that depressive strike just goes bing, your subconscious crawls out and starts controlling you on autopilot. And that subconscious is the most damaged version of yourself. Oh, so that's why I'm like, not. Eclipse, you're wonderful. I already knew that. So when you're working on yourself, there's something called shadow work, if any of you guys are interested. It's basically the theory that every single person has a shadow within themselves. That shadow is a portion of yourself that used to be so natural to you, that was a part of who you were. And then because of something that happened to you, maybe someone told you this, maybe it was your experience, maybe you felt like you learned this through school or society. Ultimately, you were told that that portion of yourself is wrong. So eventually you start burying that version of yourself and it becomes a shadow. But it's still a part of yourself. So every time you make a decision or live your life in a way that's contrary to that shadow, you're basically battling with yourself. You're fighting with yourself. So you'll never feel completely good about anything you do because you're in direct controversy with a big portion of who you are. So shadow work is kind of recognizing what your shadow is and learning to compromise with it. Learning that, oh, maybe this part of myself isn't really bad. Maybe I can do this in this way and I can come to terms with every part of myself. So it's a lot of work and it's very complicated. But I think OP has taken a good first step because they've realized they have a problem. Whether that problem is that they do have mental health issues and they aren't really lazy or a terrible person, they're just struggling, or they are someone with bad habits. First of all, they know that they have a problem, so now they can go get help. Thankfully, it sounds like they're in a good financial situation. Like as Jared said, they don't have to pay rent. They were able to quit the job. Some people aren't able to quit their job even if they want to, just because of reality. So these are good things. So be aware that you have the stance to take and do your best. Realizing your issues and being willing to try to fix what's wrong is a big first step. I agree. I think it's a step that a lot of people don't have courage to take. So I really, really want to applaud OP. First of all, uploading something like this in the first place takes guts. And also realizing that you have these portions of yourself that you want to work on, that's maturity. But just make sure that it doesn't turn into begging for yourself. You don't deserve that. I agree with the commenter. I don't think OP is as bad as a person as they're drawing themselves out to be. I think they have issues that are haunting them right now, and I hope that they're able to get to a place where they're healthier and they can be happier and be a good influence on the people around them as well. Everyone is fighting a continuous battle. You're not terrible. You're not horrible. Good luck. Okay. Some deep-rooted stuff going on there. Some counseling would be a good idea. I think counseling is a good idea for most people. All people, really. I think even if you don't have hugely... Thank you, Mama Eve. Thank you. I think even if you feel healthy and you don't really have any huge problems in your life, going to therapy and talking to someone, just as like a checkup, like your yearly checkup at the doctor's office, is a really great way to kind of give yourself a compass, to kind of reflect on yourself, to maybe get into contact with parts of yourself you didn't know were there. I think it's great for everyone, but especially for people who are already very, very hurt. So yes, therapy. You finished editing a video, yay! I'm just gonna say Mama Eve works like 3 jobs. Always overworked. Not gonna lie, you're overdue yourself. Same. I'll go if you go. I think one of the big things is that when you're already tired and overtaxed and your mental health is already in some sort of way, it's really hard to advocate for yourself. Listen, 4 if you count streaming as a job.
Listen to the sound here in your heart.
The part of you that says,
I'm dying. Listen to the sound here that you say,
you gotta stop working. Seriously, stop. I feel like the number gets higher every time we talk. You finished toasting your takoyaki. Yay. Stop working. I say that to Mama Eve because Mama Eve just overworks so much. So much. And they still are always going around helping other people, including me. Okay, to be fair, I left 1. So it was 5 before. It was 5 before. In what world or reality is 5 jobs healthy? Gross overextension. It was sick. Okay, anyway, that was the last story that I had for today. So now we're going to wrap up with a song. You don't have work tomorrow. Yay! Woohoo! So we pause Spotify and so I wanted to sing this song, which is called There It Goes by Music. I have to sing this a cappella, of course.
But no, you. Wee! Which means I can do no. Which means you can sleep and eat and rest. I honestly think the word rest is probably just not in Mama Eve's vocabulary, which is why we need to force it in. Someone show up at Mama Eve's door with a hammer and hammer it shut. Put the PC in a box and hammer that shut too. Or I can stream. Jared said, I do have work tomorrow, but low-key make work project stuff. Probably some roof leaks or... Jared shares a lot of pictures of his work projects on the Discord. Extensive. Humongous. Oh my gosh. The last roof that you shared with all of the tarping. And he was recovering from the flu. No, that's my BB and it costed 3K. I'm not throwing it away. I'm not damaging it. I'm just putting it away safely for a small period of time so that you don't get damaged because you cost a lot more than 3K. Anyway. How come your Valor account is deleted? I don't have a Valor account. You can delete Hikari's Valor account. I don't care. Anyway. So this song is called There It Goes by Beat. To be honest, I don't really know it that well, but it sounded like a good ending song. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm back in London, I'm running down Columbia Road. They're selling sunflowers cheap. I'm reading novels, I'm dating but just dating for sport. I'm getting coffees for free. I hang on my art and I dance with the cold. And as the rain falls hard on the streets, and I'm doing better. I made it to September. I can finally breathe. I thought I gave you the best of me, but the love we had was covered in snow. I had to let it go. The love we had was eating me whole. I had to send it home. There it was, heaven knows. There it was, now there it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like changing. I'm young but I am aging, and I need you less than I did. Through a party, you kissed me right in front of my friends. I felt so far from the cliff. I sleep through the night and I go where I'm wanted, and I don't need your light to be lit. Oh, the way I loved you, I will not be embarrassed of that. Just should have known when to quit. Now I'm over the worst of it, 'cause the love we had was covered in snow. I had to let it go. The love we had was eating me whole. I had to send it home. There it was, heaven knows. There it was, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. A new home, a smart type, a blank page, a rewrite, a black cat in the streetlights, an open door. They come down to closure, the girls' night to yoga. A paper band, it's October, the loss is yours. Brick lane and the brisk coat and red wine on his hip bone. The witching hours of Stockholm that you won't see. Sunflowers in the kitchen, no heartbreak and remission. The universe is shifting and it's all for me. All for me. The love we had was covered in snow. I had to let it go. The love we had was eating me whole. I had to send it home. There it was, heaven knows. There it was, There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. The end. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for coming and joining me for Listen Radio 1.0. It was very scuffed and it is a work in progress. Many things are probably going to change over the times. Hopefully things are better for 2.0, but really appreciate you guys all being here. I hope that it was at least a little bit enjoyable. Yeah, I can't really express how much I really love all of you guys. I feel so incredibly lucky that the first community that I came across on the internet in my entire life is made up by such great people. You guys have given me so much support and so much love and so much, just so many amazing words and encouragement that I don't really know what I've done to deserve, and I really want to say thank you. So Listen Radio will probably happen like once every 2 weeks. There are dark topics that will come up. Hopefully the scuffness will be on the down low. Hopefully I will be able to sing with music. But if you guys do want to write in with your stories, it can be anything silly, fun, something that happened to you, something that is very unique, or something that you want to talk about and you hope someone will listen to you. Everything is anonymous unless you otherwise ask. So if you could plug the Discord, Hikari. Even if you don't want to, please come hang out with us on Discord. Aspen is often there, torturing people with amazing food pictures. It's a great community. I hope you will join us. You don't have to feel like you want to be social. I don't often feel like I want to be social either. So it's very much just a safe space. So come hang out when you want to, leave when you want to. I hope that it's somewhere where you can feel a little bit free in a life and society that often is not. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming to stream today. I'm trying to consider whether we should do a little bit of Genshin. What do you think? Because that was shorter than I expected. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I know it's probably not like a super light topic, and I don't know, it was very scuffed. But I love talking to you guys. Follow my heart. My heart says this is a good place to stop. My heart says if I'm noisy for any more time, I might get kicked out of this hotel. So my brain says you might want to stream and play games, but if you don't want to sleep on the streets, you might want to go. Hi, Shadow. Welcome. Your ID is back, Shadows of Legend. It is back. Congratulations. Congratulations and celebration. Okay, let me see if there's someone that I can raid. I don't know why I just went to Discord. They unbanned you finally. Congratulations. Didn't they ban like 4 of your IDs just because the word shadow was in there or something? That's so weird. If I want to stop here, then that's fine. Do whatever you're comfortable with. So, update on the housing situation. Hi, Zelda. Could we get a shout out for Zelda, please? Hi. Guys, Zelda is also a streamer. They are a very, very nice person who streams Legend of Zelda and also Genshin. And I think Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Star Rail. I might be wrong about that, but please go sprinkle your love all over them. They are a great streamer. And also just a very, very supportive, friended person. Nope, no Star Rail. Okay. Legend of Zelda and Genshin. So,
My housing situation is finally getting a little bit more stable. I did sign the lease to my new place today, so I'm hoping I can get everything moved over during the weekend and be done with this entire mess, and then I will have a place that I can actually stream. So starting then, stream will be 2 to 3 times per week. It will happen 2 to 3 times per week. I just need to get into that new apartment. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Thank you for always listening to my whining and giving me encouragement and support. I can't express enough how much your support helped. Thank you. I look forward to hearing on Monday that you can relax. Thank you, Zelda. We are going to raid Josh. Josh is also a streamer. They just made partner, by the way, so give him a huge congratulations. He got partner on his birthday. He is also an amazing person. He personally Discorded me several times just to check to see if I'm okay, and I don't even know him that well. That's how great of a person he is. He just like does checkups. So yeah, we are ending Zelda, but next time I hope we can hang out for longer. Yes. So please go and give Josh a lot of love and support. He is really, really entertaining and just a great person overall. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I hope we'll be able to meet. No, we will be able to meet through stream a lot more. I will be here. I hope you will be here. And next Listen Radio will be much less scuffed. So I will keep talking until the ends of the earth. So I'm going to put the mic down and type the raid. Thank you guys. I hope you guys are all healthy and happy too. Please, 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 if you are going through anything, feel free to hit me up for a chat. There's realistically not a lot that I can do, but I will listen. So, we don't have a raid. If you are not currently subbed, you do not have access to it. If you do have access to it, thank you for so much for doing Audio? Audio? This is a dynamic mic, so I guess it doesn't really work when I put it down. Okay. Hold mic, please. Thank you. Yes, you can either take the one that Hikari just put on, or you can take the one that I just put on. If you are subbed and you have access to our beautiful emotes, by the way, shout out to Mama E for designing half the emotes on there. They are awesome, and I will use them for this reading. New emotes have been added to the Discord, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And once I get more emote slots on Twitch, I will also add some on there. I have a couple emotes that I have stored away in the back that I've been saving. Let me type out the raid. If I remember. Yay! Okay. I love you guys. Please, please stay safe. Please be happy. Please be healthy. Reach out if you need anything, if you want to talk. I love you all very much. Have a good night. Bye.